Hi and welcome to Hearts and Wisdom Creators, LLC. Today, we bring you a tale set in a land ruled by fear and bound by cruel tradition, where one warrior walks in the shadows. By day, Lady Arisa is a noblewoman bound by duty. By night, she becomes the Blade of Shadows, a masked samurai who frees women from the grip of a tyrannical feudal lord. But soon, her fight for justice turns personal. When her family is pulled into the Shogun's dangerous game, Arisa must confront powerful enemies, ruthless politics, and the ghosts of her own past. This is a story of honor, sacrifice, and the true cost of freedom. Welcome to the Blade of Shadows. Chapter 1: The End of Peace. The sun sinks behind the rooftops, casting long shadows over the bustling marketplace. Vendors call out their wares. Children dart between stalls, and the scent of grilled fish and fresh rice fills the air. But beneath the lively atmosphere there's tension. Fear lingers in the eyes of the common folk. Rumors have spread of a thief preying on merchants, striking in the alleys where no guards patrol. Some say he works for a powerful gang, others claim he's just a desperate man trying to survive. Either way, the people are suffering, and no one dares to stand against him. That is, until Arisa steps in. As Arisa walks through the narrow alleys behind the stalls, she hears a scuffle. A merchant is struggling against a cloaked figure, his wares spilling across the ground. The bandit, a wiry man with a dagger tucked into his belt, shoves the merchant aside, grabbing a pouch of coins. Arisa watches, unseen in the shadows. This is her moment to act. Instead of drawing her blade immediately, she steps forward, calm yet firm. "Put it down," she says, her voice steady. The bandit sneers. "And who are you to stop me?" He lunges, but Arisa moves like water, sidestepping with ease. In a flash, she draws her katana just enough to reflect the light, a silent warning. The bandit attacks, and Arisa expertly disarms him with swift, precise movements. But rather than strike a killing blow, she forces him to the ground, pinning his arm behind his back. "You steal from those who have little," she says coldly. "Is this the path you've chosen?" The bandit, breathing heavily, finally looks up. His face is gaunt, his clothes tattered. He is no simple criminal, but a man pushed to desperation. This is Arisa's first true challenge, not the fight but the choice that follows. She could kill him, hand him over to the authorities, or let him go with a warning. But her decision must align with the values she fights for. For the first time, Arisa hesitates. "You are strong, but what will you do next?" The voice is calm, unshaken. Arisa turns her head to see a young man watching from the shadows, perhaps a few years older than her, dressed in modest monk's robes, his hands tucked into his sleeves. Unlike the fearful common folk, he shows no hesitation in stepping forward. The monk moves closer, his expression unreadable. "If you cut him down, will the people be safer? Or will another take his place tomorrow?" Arisa frowns, keeping her blade steady. "He's a thief." "He is hungry," the monk corrects. He kneels beside the fallen man, meeting his eyes. "Tell me, when did you last eat?" The thief swallows hard, shame flickering across his face. "2 days ago." The monk nods, then turns to Arisa. Justice is not only about punishment. Sometimes it is about mending what is broken. Arisa exhales, weighing his words. With smooth motion, she sheathes her katana and steps back. "Go," she tells the thief. "And do not steal again." The man scrambles to his feet, nodding quickly before vanishing into the night. Arisa watches him disappear, but her grip tightens on her hilt. She turns to the monk, her gaze sharp. "Remember this, monk," she says. "Not all mercy begets kindness." That bandit could very well go back onto the same path. What will you do then, if he steals a life and not just food? The monk holds her gaze, unshaken. "Then I will ask myself if he was given a reason to change." For the first time in years, Arisa wonders if strength alone is enough. And if perhaps justice means more than the blade. Meanwhile, the sun hangs low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the quiet estate of the Nakamura family. Beyond the high wooden walls, the distant hum of the city fades into birdsong and the laughter of children. Within the courtyard, 3 young voices ring out as Arisa's children chase one another, their tiny shoes pattering against the stone path. "Come back here, Taro." The eldest, Akiko, calls out as her younger brother dashes ahead, clutching a wooden practice sword far too big for him. "You'll have to catch me first." Taro grins, his small legs moving as fast as they can carry him. Behind him, their youngest sister, little May, claps her hands, giggling at the chase. The scent of cherry blossoms drifts through the air as soft petals dance on the breeze. Within the main house, a conversation of quiet importance unfolds. Inside the Nakamura estate, Daichi Nakamura sits with an air of quiet dignity, his hands resting on the lacquered table before him. Across from him kneels a palace servant, his fine silk robes crisp and unwrinkled, a stark contrast to the travel dust upon his sandals. "The shogun's court is most honored by your children's lineage," the servant says smoothly, taking a measured sip of tea. "It is a rare privilege for those of noble blood to be granted an education at the palace." Daichi inclines his head respectfully, though his gaze remains calm, unreadable. "It is an honor, indeed," he replies. "However, my wife and I had not yet made a decision." The servant sets his cup down carefully. "Surely there is no decision to be made, Nakamura-sama. The future of your children will be secured. To study alongside the sons and daughters of noble lords is a rare gift." He tilts his head slightly. "A gift that does not come without expectations." A beat of silence passes. Outside, the laughter of the children carries on, oblivious to the weight of the words exchanged within. Daichi exhales softly, his fingers tracing the rim of his teacup. "My wife and I value more than just the security of a name," he says finally. "A path must be chosen with care, not dictated by privilege alone." The servant's lips twitch, as though suppressing a smirk. "A noble sentiment, Nakamura-sama. Though I hope you consider the shogun's generosity carefully." His eyes flicker toward the open doors, where the children's voices echo in the courtyard. Opportunities can be fleeting. Daichi's jaw tightens ever so slightly, but he offers a polite nod. "We will consider it." The servant rises, bowing low. "Then I will take my leave." A father's concern. As Daichi watches the man depart, a strange unease settles in his chest. He tells himself that it is nothing, just the weight of responsibility pressing against him. And yet, his gaze shifts to the courtyard. May, too young to understand the world's dangers, clings to Akiko's sleeve. Taro swings his wooden sword with the bravado of a warrior, grinning ear to ear. His children are still free, untouched by the burdens of duty and politics. For how long? The sun is still warm, the cherry blossoms still dance on the wind, but for the first time, Daichi finds himself wondering. Had the shogun made a request? Or had he given a command? Thank you for reading and listening with Hearts and Wisdom Creators, LLC. If you enjoyed Arisa's journey, stay tuned for the next chapter of The Blade of Shadows. Please like and share the video with family and friends. See you soon.